Okay, I am going to talk to you today. Let me get in here in the frame. Okay, today's discussion is fish food. We're talking about non-GMO fish food. That's what you really want. And I'll tell you why. For years, I was trying to grow koi. And my little fry, by the time they reached 3 inches, were deformed, crooked backs, square heads. Their facial muscles wouldn't work properly, and eventually they couldn't even eat. They couldn't grab their food anymore. We were using traditional fish food to grow them outdoors in ponds. Okay, so we tried getting broodstock from one hatchery and another hatchery and crossing those. Same results. Of course, we were using the same food. So by the 3rd year, we got really smart and said, hey, maybe it's the food. So what we did was we did a spawn of 2 very, very different koi. We put half the spawn in one pond and half the spawn in another pond. But the one pond was just green vegetation, algae, small vegetation, large vegetation. We fertilized that pond pretty heavily. The other pond we didn't. And guess what? We fed the one pond that was not fertilized, we fed that the GMO food, because all fish food is GMO. Almost all. You might be able to find some somewhere, I don't know. But in a bulk food system, that's what we use because we use so much of it. That's all we had. For the fish that grew up in the green pond, we didn't feed. Just let them eat vegetation. And 99%, I would say even better than that, but we didn't really keep figures. This is just a little in-house study. 99% of those were beautiful by the time they reached 6 inches. In the pond that we fed the crumbled up GMO, we had the same issue. 80%, 75, 80% deformed fish by the time they're 3 to 4 inches long. That proved it to me. Since then, we've been using a non-GMO chick food. Because koi are vegetarian. So we've been feeding them non-GMO chicken feed. And they're turning out just nicely. We fertilize the pond too to keep some green in there. But I just wanted you to know the results of that. So if you can, look for a non-GMO product and you will have very healthy fish. Especially for those of you that have liner ponds, backyard ponds, and that's most koi enthusiasts. There's not much green. You need to use non-GMO so that there's no malnutrition. We say what GMO is glyphosate related. There's glyphosate in the product. Glyphosate originally was used as a chelator. That means it removes minerals from a system. And in the little fry, by eating that glyphosate-ridden food, the GMO food, they were actually losing minerals by eating it. Think about it. A chelator in the food. That's really good. And at the most important time for a fish to absorb minerals and metals and vitamins, they're getting robbed of it by the GMO. Okay? When they first form is the most critical time. And through the 1 to 3 inch growth stage, it's very important. They grow fast. They eat all day long. So bear that in mind. Keep it in mind. Try to get non-GMO fish food. Okay? All right. Thanks. Over and out.